Well, we heard during the show that Thor went to a big wedding this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, he went suit shopping.
Yeah.
Got himself a brand new suit,
Fancy.
like a real gentleman.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like I was a
And,
very fancy man.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Uh-huh.
But then, you know, the reason why he had to get a suit was because he was going to this big wedding on Saturday. Well, Thor can't go anywhere without things happening. And, of course, he really embarrassed his wife when he didn't like something that somebody was saying, I guess.
Uh-oh.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
So, who is getting married? Is this like on Haley's friend's side?
So
or?
Haley's best friend is Kimya. Her sister is Donya. They're,
Okay, you don't need to name
they're
names.
Persian.
Again.
We're
And they
going
were
to just
getting-
say her best friend's sister.
why did-
Done.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
So her best friend's sister got married.
Okay.
And it was a massive Persian wedding. 400 people. And I'm not just saying there was 400 people there. It's crazy. No, there was actually 400 people there.
Yeah,
it was in this giant room. They had a marching band.
A marching
Dude,
band?
they came out and they had multiple people with like doing the drums that were on like a marching band. Bang, bang drums. DJs playing. Fireworks are going off.
Sounds awesome.
It was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
They had like a Persian, two Persian singers I've never heard of before, but they have 2 million Instagram followers.
Oh, so they're
clearly-
like popular.
And they're pop singers,
Oh,
and they
wow.
came out and did like a couple hits,
What?
and people had glow
That's
sticks
not
going
cheap.
crazy. It was fucking
Jeez.
wild,
Wow.
dude.
Wow.
When we there was a 2-hour cocktail party, and it went 2.5 hours because they were running late with pictures, which is the least surprising thing. Yeah, and Haley, Haley's best friend, all of her friends are very into Instagram. They're Instagram chicks, so I'm not surprised that all the pictures went long. And they had, when you walk in, you know, at my wedding we had some like paper and like something like cute that Haley did for where everyone was seated, and then each
Seating
table.
chart.
Seating chart, yeah, there you go. And each table had like an animal that we own's name. Remember?
Yeah, you guys remember when
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
placed
Oh,
at one
we
of the
got-
chickens' tables?
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
you guys
jacked.
were Roxy or something.
Or
Yeah.
Dotties or something.
Yeah. This thing was a fucking giant. I can't even describe it. It was like this giant thing that had like pieces of cement hanging.
You like
from
showed it to us. It
And-
looks like a piece of stone.
Like
Stone.
marble.
Like
Mo-
marble that was like engraved.
engraved with like 5 or 6 of them
Yeah.
hanging, and it was engraved your name and where your table was.
Like,
Now-
what if you need a last minute table? swap?
Dude, it was crazy.
But like, what a waste of money.
Oh, dude.
Because like, what do you
Well,
do
yeah.
with that after?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because it looked
It
massive.
was really cool. It was fucking
Sure.
huge.
I guess it looks cool.
It
and
looks
that's,
cool,
but that's
like,
it.
Can you
that's it.
engrave the other
And then
side?
you walk
or
in,
something?
you walk in, and there's these giant fake trees with white leaf petals on them
Okay.
all over the place. It was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
Wow.
So, and we were table 30 out of 32 tables.
Oh my god. Wow.
barely
You're
made
way in
it.
the back, huh?
Eee.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's
whatever,
like,
you
that
know,
is-
we made it in.
Okay.
We made it in.
You
All right.
guys were, you were like the way we felt at your wedding.
I mean, you guys were right.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
were
so far in the
you guys
back.
were front and
Yeah.
center. I mean,
Where
you
the
guys
hell am
literally
I?
were
Yeah,
next to my
I don't know.
family.
Team Dottie? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
You guys were right next to my
Bullshit.
family.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whatever.
I think some of my family members had worse seats than you guys.
Deservedly so.
But a
makes
better
sense.
animal than
Yeah,
not.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get in there, and obviously, I know 3 people at this wedding. I know my wife's best friend and my wife's best friend's cousin.
Okay.
That's it. I don't know really anybody else at this wedding. And we sit at a table with there's 12 people at a table. So I sit right next to another couple. You do the introductions, blah blah blah. Well, the person to the right of me and his fiance are sitting there, and I can't remember his name. Either it was Aaron or Phil. I can't
And
remember.
we don't.
Wait, why do
That's
you-
first of all
Oh
such
my
a
God.
wild difference of name.
Not even close.
Like-
not even
Aaron or
close.
Alex,
Yeah,
maybe.
or
Alan.
Alan.
It was
Yeah.
Philip
Phil.
or Aaron. I
Okay,
can't
no.
remember.
Those are wildly
Again, and
different names.
stop naming names.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Always
Such
do
an
that.
idiot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Because it's just easier for me to go out and then, you know.
We don't care though. It's an unimportant detail.
So anyway, Aaron or
All right,
Phil.
so Phil. Yeah.
or Aaron.
And can I ask real quick?
And his girlfriend was like,
No, again, we don't
Maria?
know.
No one cares. No one cares. And can I
Maria.
ask real quick before we move on? How did the suit turn out? Did you look dapper? Did you
oh,
look
I
black tie?
thought it turned out very well.
Okay, handsome boy.
I was a handsome man. I wouldn't say boy.
Oh, okay.
I was a
handsome.
handsome man. My wife had this black gown on. She looked great.
Okay.
Backless.
Ooh.
Yeah, and her hair looked great.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the suit turned out good.
Yeah,
okay,
suit
good.
turns out good. Put it on my Insta story. Thanks for looking at that, Sky.
Oh, well, you know I don't watch Insta stories.
How do you not watch Insta stories?
Because then people can see you watch them.
So we're sitting there and we start talking. And obviously my first question is, how do you know the bride and groom? That's the
Standard.
standard, get
Yeah,
right in
you
there.
got
Of course.
And they say, Aaron or Phil, his fiance, says, I'll just call him Phil.
Okay.
Phil says his fiance went to school with her in high school, but now they live in Jersey. And I go, oh, okay, cool. So you guys met in Jersey? And she goes, yeah, we were both in school at the same time, and they met at a Starbucks or something. I'm like, oh, that's great. And they're getting married soon. So, and they're from Jersey. So I'm like, okay, cool. Tri-state area. I'm from New York. So we hit it off, and he tells me they live right outside of Jersey, right across the Hudson, which a lot of people do. And he's like, we have this great view of the city. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Chat him up, huh?
Me and Phil became friends.
Yeah.
Or Aaron, I don't know.
Or-
We became pretty good friends.
Such good friends that you
I
don't even know his
mean-
name.
Not a clue.
Two wildly different
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
We were chatting it up.
All right.
It was great. At one point,
Jersey Phil.
Jersey Phil. At one point, he asked me if I wanted to go to the Padres game today. I was
Excuse me?
Today?
Today, like,
because he goes, "Well, the Padres in town," and I go, "No, they're actually on the road in Atlanta, but I think they come back and play Miami." And he goes, "I'm thinking about going on Monday. Would you want to go?" And I go, maybe. I did. I pulled the boo.
Okay.
I pulled the boo.
smart.
Sky's husband.
All right.
smart.
So all this is going down, and I hear in the background his fiance talking to somebody else, and somebody else asks, "Where are you guys from?" And she says they're from New York, and I'm like, "From New York? Phil just told me you guys live in Jersey."
Yeah, you see it across the.
So she's telling people that they're from New York, and I'm like, "That's weird." Like, listen, Jersey sucks. I get it. It's like saying you're from Riverside. You know what I mean?
We
But
don't
then
insult
you're
Riverside.
saying you're from Riverside, but you're from Riverside, but you claim in San Diego. It's weird.
Oh.
You know, You're in Riverside. Just admit it. Jersey sucks. I get it.
Okay.
But she's going all in on this. So then we get up to go do something. At one point, my wife, because it's a Persian wedding, so my wife goes, "Hey, we need to go watch Kimya. She's doing a knife dance."
Okay,
A
whoa.
knife
Hold on a
dance?
minute.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry?
Video of that?
There is video, and she's got this
giant.
giant sword,
Shut
and
up.
she's doing a dance with it.
Hell yeah. This is a
That's
great
wild.
wedding.
Was that thing choreographed? I saw the clips of this
I don't
video. It
know.
was insane.
I think she's done it before
Oh, really?
because it's like part of their
Yeah,
culture
I don't
and
think
everything.
you'd go first time
Yeah.
knife dance
Oh, you
at
gotta know
a
what you're
wedding
doing.
with 400
Okay,
people.
all right.
I would assume you've
Yeah. Now,
practiced.
Kimya
it's
had a few
thing.
drinks though, so a knife dance was freaking me out a little
All
bit.
right, all right.
So we're watching the knife dance, and I said to Haley, "Hey, are you hearing this chick?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "She's telling everyone she's from New York. She's from Jersey."
Okay, but
I'm
what-
talking to
Why
Phil.
do you
Yeah.
care?
He's telling me they live in fucking Jersey. And then Haley says, "Well, you guys, she always has your back. Why do you care?
Well, yeah.
What does it matter?"
Right.
And I go, "Because
You don't know these people.
I'm a New Yorker. I don't want people to represent where I'm from.
What the hell?
I don't. If you're well, don't be ashamed to say you're from Jersey. Who cares? And you're making up this whole lie. It's just too much for me.
But I mean, it doesn't affect you at all.
no, it does.
Okay, well, how
I
though?
think it does.
I mean,
because it's making it's just
are
it
they
doesn't sit well.
bad people?
No, they're great. Me and Phil really hit it
so
off.
then how are they misrepresenting? If they're good, then you're like, oh, that's nice.
Because you got him saying he lives in Jersey.
Okay, I know,
her
I
saying they live
understand
in New York.
I know.
People are probably like, where the fuck do these two idiots
I
live?
mean-
I think
Idiots.
you're
You
the
just said you
only
liked
one
him.
who cares.
I love him. I would say I love him.
Okay, what?
Love.
Hold on.
You love
even
Phil.
you don't even know his name.
No, you don't. You don't.
This is horrible.
So we get back to the table. Dinner comes, and typical wedding food: steak, steak and chicken.
Oh, you get both.
You get both
On what plate?
It's actually legit.
on one plate. Yeah,
Wow.
it was decent. And
What
then
were the sides?
mushroom, one like giant mushroom, and
Oh,
then
fancy
mashed potato.
Oh, okay. All right. Not bad.
Okay.
I don't know why Sky didn't know that, but okay.
I don't know. Like, I want to
It's a
know what
great
this
detail.
like a place that gives you steak and chicken. I've never been to a fancy wedding.
I was
like
thrown
that.
off by the steak and chicken.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You
Okay.
need the protein.
You
Yeah,
do
you
need
do.
the
You love
protein.
it.
I needed it.
That's
Chest day
true.
yesterday
Yeah,
or
see?
Saturday. So we're talking, and me and Phil are talking, and I hear her in this deep conversation with this new guy who showed up at our table. There was one seat missing, and he showed up late.
Oh.
And they're in this deep conversation about how New York has this and New York has that. And she loves going out at night just to go to any restaurant she wants. So she's knee deep in this lie.
But that's all true, though.
It's not true.
Wait a minute.
Not true. If you live across the Hudson.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is true.
What?
Is if you are in New York, you can eat at any time of
100%.
night. You can
Get
go to
anything
any
you
restaurant you want. All the things she's saying is accurate.
100%.
The only thing is that she's got to cross the bridge to do it.
And that's a long drive.
Okay.
Really?
It's not that long.
Well, it's
I mean,
like with
it
traffic,
depends where they live.
Yeah, with traffic and stuff, it's probably like driving to Encinitas.
Okay.
But
so it's like a 30, 40-minute drive.
Yeah, so if you want a slice, you got to get in
Well,
the
that'd be
car.
pretty
You got
wild
to
to do.
buckle
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I
You
don't know
got
that
to
you
drive
go
to
for
the
a
city.
slice.
You got
I
to
don't think
pay
you
a
go for a
toll.
slice.
She's
But,
acting
you
like
know,
she's walking down the street on 7th Avenue.
You could be going down to Little Italy and going to make a whole day of it or something.
I
I don't know.
don't think there's a Little Italy in Jersey.
That's what I'm saying is that if you're going across to the city, then you're going to do something a little bit bigger.
But is that what she's saying, or is she saying
She's
like,
acting as if
I can go anytime? I can
Yeah.
walk out my door
She
anytime.
can. She can go anytime.
I can go to Los Angeles
You
anytime.
can go to
That
Encinitas
doesn't-
anytime.
That doesn't mean I live in Los
No,
Angeles.
but that's a 2-hour drive, if not longer. 3-hour drive.
How long does it take to get in the city with
It depends
traffic?
where
It's like
she
30
lives.
minutes,
Oh,
40
it's
minutes.
only. Oh, I
but
thought it
but
was
still,
long.
but still though, for me, it's like if you're saying you live in the city, you don't really need a car. You're walking everywhere. You can get whatever you want at any time.
Okay,
If
I
you
get
live-
she's misrepresenting
Oh,
it a little
totally
bit,
misrepresenting.
but what she's saying is true, and she can do those things.
Allegedly.
It'd be like me if I'm like, Carlsbad's great. Carlsbad has all these great things, and I can go whenever I want. I can.
But then if
do I? No.
No.
But if somebody said to me, and they pull me aside and go, "Hey, Eddie doesn't live in Carlsbad, right?" I'd be like, "What? Where does
But
he
I
live?
know of Carlsbad.
Where does he live?
I could talk about Carlsbad.
And then they said,
Carlsbad.
"Oh, he lives in El
He knows
Cajon." I'd be like, "That's nowhere near Carlsbad." Why is he acting like it's
You're
from
gonna
Carlsbad?
call me out.
I would.
Why does it matter?
I just know stuff about Carlsbad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She knows stuff about New York.
Yeah. Flower fields. What do you
It's
want
like
to know?
Emily. It's like Emily claiming Point Loma
Oh.
and Ocean Beach.
Now I get it.
Now you get
Nice.
it. Anybody listening that knows what the fuck they're
no.
talking about.
Oh, no, we're
you
not
know,
doing
Point
this.
Loma.
We're not doing
Thinks
this.
You guys sound like
You're a
morons.
local.
We're not
You're a
doing
local.
this.
Yeah.
We got
You
We're not
sound
doing
like
this.
morons.
Oh, we got
We're
it.
not
sound like
doing this.
morons.
We're not doing
How's
this.
that possible?
I mean,
So Haley's grabbing my leg because she sees me. I'm not paying attention to Phil.
Oh God.
And I look over. I said, we kind of stopped talking for a second. You know what I mean? Because you just ran out of things to say. I lean over to Haley and I go, I got to say something.
Oh God.
I
no.
gotta
To
say something.
who?
No.
To Phil's fiance.
You're gonna say
I got-
what?
What are
Well,
you gonna say?
In like a nice way, I'm going to say
oh
something.
God.
And I'm going to bring up, so wait a minute. I thought you guys live in Jersey.
Oh no.
Confused. I like it.
Oh,
this is
a
my
Sky
go-to.
move.
Yeah.
When you
Oh,
hang
I'm
out
so
with Sky
confused.
long enough,
Yeah.
you pick up on her
Yeah.
moves.
You don't need to do
And
this.
Haley says that. You don't need to do
don't need
this.
to do
Please
this.
don't do
It's not
this. You're
important.
embarrassing me.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
And I said, we're never going to see these people again.
So then why does it matter?
Because it matters
Oh.
to me. That's
And
why.
Never gonna see him again. You got some hot fucking Padres game planned with this
That's
guy.
true.
Seriously.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're talking, and I do it.
No.
And I lean over, and I say to her, and I go, hey, he's. I thought you guys live in Jersey.
I'm so confused.
Oh God.
And she gets like stone faced, like,
Oh, like
and then
hot.
she goes, whoa, we do, but we're in New York all the time, so it's basically the same thing. And I went, huh.
Thor, you're such a.
And it was uncomfortable after that.
I mean-
now we ended
Yeah.
up. That was at like 10:15. We ended up leaving at like 10:30 anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care, but Haley was mortified.
Well, yeah, that's
I-
so weird, dude.
But I had
You
to say
need-
it.
Let it go.
No, you
it's
can't.
gonna be so awkward when you guys are at the Padre game today. With Phil?